you came here. We had so much fun, and I thank you for being here. And then a few weeks later, then you announced your divorce. Yeah. So I want to know, how you doing? How you feeling? I'm doing all right, and I want to say thank you for not trying to bring it up on the show, because you already knew that I was having some things going on. Because we had that type of relationship. We definitely talking. Yeah.
Y'all, hold on to your seats, because Kandi Burruss just broke her silence, and it's absolute chaos out here. For months, she stayed quiet while the internet ran wild, memes, deepfakes, fake dating rumors, and every twisted conspiracy you can imagine. But now, she's speaking the unfiltered truth. This isn't just a breakup story. This is the real, raw, behind-the-scenes drama that nobody saw coming. In July, Kandi quietly split from Todd Tucker, keeping it off the record for 4 agonizing months while the world speculated, assumed, and spread lies about her every move. People thought they knew her life, her choices, even her relationships, but they had no clue. She's exposing the viral lies, fake photos, AI-generated nonsense, and rumors about new relationships that never existed. Kandi isn't playing games. She's reclaiming her narrative, protecting her integrity, and fiercely guarding her children's safety. And if you think it's just about divorce, think again. She's opening up about the emotional toll, the public pressure, and the lies that try to define her. Kandi's life after Todd? Single, strong, and running her own business empire. She's cautious about dating, smart about trust, and unapologetically real, showing a side of her that's grounded, but dangerously spicy. This is more than gossip. This is truth bombs dropping in real time. Everyone needs to hear this. Buckle up, because Kandi Burruss isn't just telling her story. She's exposing the lies, calling out the media manipulation, and proving that the real power is in her hands. And yes, it's as shocking, viral, and intense as it gets.
Oh my gosh! You know, and I know you split with Todd in July, but you didn't reveal it until 4 months later. Yeah. That's gotta be so hard to keep up, because we always see you smiling and we always see you up. So how difficult was that to just keep going? It was very difficult, because it's like, you don't really know when is the right time to make it public or not make it public. How we gonna work it out without it being public? So it was a lot of those questions that I really didn't know the best way to go about it. And I don't know if I still know.
Y'all, the moment has finally come. Kandi Burruss has broken her silence, and what she revealed is shaking the internet to its core. For months, whispers, rumors, and viral deepfake videos painted her life in ways that were not only false, but dangerously misleading. From fake dating stories to doctored photos, the media and AI-driven chaos tried to rewrite her narrative, but Kandi is here to set the record straight. And what she's saying? It's explosive. Back in July, quietly, she split from Todd Tucker. For months, she didn't tell the public. She didn't leak it herself. She sat through the storm of assumptions while people online speculated, joked, and even vilified her personal choices. Memes spread like wildfire. AI-generated deepfakes circulated. People claimed to know her life, but they didn't. Not a single one of them. And all this time, Kandi was managing her own heartbreak, protecting her children, and guarding her integrity in a world that seemed more interested in gossip than truth. Sources close to Kandi say the decision to stay silent was strategic. It wasn't fear, it was control. She wanted to reveal her story on her terms, in her way, without letting the narrative be hijacked. But the chaos only intensified. Fans started connecting dots that weren't there. Rumors of new relationships swirled. Old photos were blown up and misconstrued. Every move was scrutinized, dissected, and shared millions of times online. And then came the social media storm. Kandi's team confirms that fake posts and doctored images circulated heavily in early November. Some showed her with people she had never met. Others fabricated dating rumors that had no basis in reality. The strategy behind the lies was clear: media manipulation designed to erode her credibility and paint her as reckless. But Kandi saw through it. She knew the truth, and she knew that silence alone could no longer protect her. Y'all, the moment has finally come. Kandi Burruss has broken her silence, and what she revealed is shaking the internet to its core. For months, whispers, rumors, and viral deepfake videos painted her life in ways that were not only false, but dangerously misleading. From fake dating stories to doctored photos, the media and AI-driven chaos tried to rewrite her narrative, but Kandi is here to set the record straight. And what she's saying? It's explosive. Back in July, quietly, she split from Todd Tucker. For months, she didn't tell the public. She didn't leak it herself. She sat through the storm of assumptions while people online speculated, joked, and even vilified her personal choices. Memes spread like wildfire. AI-generated deepfakes circulated. People claimed to know her life, but they didn't. Not a single one of them. And all this time, Kandi was managing her own heartbreak, protecting her children, and guarding her integrity in a world that seemed more interested in gossip than truth. Sources close to Kandi say the decision to stay silent was strategic. It wasn't fear, it was control. She wanted to reveal her story on her terms, in her way, without letting the narrative be hijacked. But the chaos only intensified. Fans started connecting dots that weren't there. Rumors of new relationships swirled. Old photos were blown up and misconstrued. Every move was scrutinized, dissected, and shared millions of times online. And then came the social media storm. Kandi's team confirms that fake posts and doctored images circulated heavily in early November. Some showed her with people she had never met. Others fabricated dating rumors that had no basis in reality. The strategy behind the lies was clear: media manipulation designed to erode her credibility and paint her as reckless. But Kandi saw through it. She knew the truth, and she knew that silence alone could no longer protect her.
Because we still gotta be cool regardless after this is done. So I'm trying to, not let things get too disrespectful. Right. And let us be respectful of each other and try to, be cool. I know that's what I love about you, Kandi, because you always are considering the kids, because we talked about that, about, children pick up on energy. Yeah. And that is your main focus, is keeping the kids, safe, happy, protected. Right. Yeah. I mean, you've been through this before, though. Girl, too many times. Oh my gosh. I know you split with Todd in July, but you didn't reveal it until 4 months later. Yeah.
In a follow-up, Kandi dives deeper. Some people think because I'm in the public eye, my life is up for grabs. It's not. I've been careful about dating. I'm not rushing anything. Every move, every relationship has to respect my kids, my boundaries, and my business. I've been misrepresented for too long. People need to understand there's a real person behind these rumors. A real woman with real struggles, trying to navigate this chaos without losing herself. Kandi also addresses the media directly. The headlines are quick. They don't wait for facts. They don't wait for context. They just want clicks. But I've learned being silent doesn't help. Exposing the truth, confronting the lies, and standing firm, that's how you protect your story and your sanity. This isn't just about me. It's about integrity and respect for everyone watching. By the end of November, Kandi's revelations had not only cleared up misinformation, but also sent shockwaves through social media. The reaction was overwhelming. Fans praised her courage, critics accused her of overexposing her private life, and conspiracy theories around fake dating rumors gained new fuel. But Kandi stayed grounded, consistent, and unapologetic. Analysts note that the timing of her reveal was precise. It wasn't just emotional, it was strategic. She waited until she could confidently present her side, gather proof of misinformation, and communicate directly to her audience without intermediaries. The calculated silence had been part of a larger plan to regain control over her life narrative, protect her children, and assert her autonomy. Inside sources also highlight that Kandi's approach is unprecedented in her circle. While other celebrities might have issued vague statements, Kandi broke it down publicly, specifying the timeline, the false narratives, and the truth behind every rumor. People want me to be scandalous, but I'm being honest. And honesty is the real shocker, she says. Her post-divorce life is now fully public, but carefully managed. She's single, thriving in her business, and cautiously exploring new relationships on her terms. The message is clear. She refuses to let false narratives define her, and she will continue to control her story, her image, and her truth. Kandi Burruss' break of silence isn't just a personal revelation, it's a cultural moment. It's a viral storm of emotion, raw honesty, and relentless pursuit of integrity, exposing how fame, media, and digital manipulation can twist the simplest personal truths. And this is only the beginning. The real story of Kandi's divorce, her life after Todd, and the hidden pressures of fame is still unfolding, and what she's revealing now is just the first chapter of a much larger, darker, and shocking narrative. Y'all, the storm didn't just start, it's only escalating. After Kandi Burruss shattered her silence, the digital world erupted into chaos. Every platform was ablaze with speculation. Memes, viral posts, and AI-generated content ran rampant. But Kandi wasn't just fighting rumors, she was exposing the machinery behind them. The unseen hands shaping perception, twisting truth, and turning private pain into public entertainment. And the more she spoke, the more people realized the real story had been hidden, distorted, and weaponized for months. Kandi describes the period following her split from Todd Tucker as surreal, almost like living inside a digital funhouse. Every message, every image, every snippet of her life seemed to be reinterpreted, altered, and redistributed. Deepfake videos that misrepresented her in compromising situations circulated widely. Fans and critics alike claimed to see the truth, but the reality was far from what the public was led to believe. For Kandi, it became a matter of survival, mental, emotional, and professional. She had to protect not just her brand, but her children, her reputation, and her very identity. People forget that silence can be deadly. In her case, holding back the truth for months only fueled speculation. Every viral post became another weapon aimed at her credibility. I was being turned into someone I wasn't, she says. People online were creating a version of me that didn't exist, and it was damaging, not just for me, but for my kids. That's when I knew I had to break the silence. The internet's reaction was instantaneous. Gossip sites, YouTube channels, podcasts, and Twitter threads erupted with analysis, debate, and sometimes outright attacks. But Kandi was deliberate. She didn't just respond, she exposed. The fake narratives, the viral rumors, the AI manipulations, they were all called out, dissected, and dismantled. She wasn't just clarifying, she was taking control.
What I will say, I am a little afraid of going into this next phase of life, dating and single. Yeah. Because, I already know, people already know I'm a little spicy. I have been in my past. But that don't mean I want to do that with somebody on day one of meeting them. And I don't want people to think like, oh, just because I've done whatever in my life or I got an adult toy line, right, you think we finna break out the toys on the first date? Like, that's the thing. Oh my gosh. It's like, what people's expectations of what they see.
In an exclusive moment, Kandi opens up about her process. I had to go through every rumor, every post, every video that was out there. Some of it was insane, AI content that was completely false. People were assuming I was in relationships I didn't even have. But I'm done letting other people control my story. I'm doing this for me and for my kids. I won't let lies define who I am. Not anymore. Her words are deliberate, heavy, almost chilling. She explains how she had to learn the hard way that social media doesn't care about nuance or context. Every misrepresented moment can go viral in minutes. And every viral post can shape a narrative that lasts for months, sometimes years. Kandi wasn't just reacting, she was reclaiming. Each statement, each clarification, each revelation was meticulously timed to ensure her truth reached the audience before the lies could multiply further. Sources close to Kandi confirm that her adult toy business became both a shield and a symbol of empowerment during this time. It wasn't just a business, it was a statement. A reminder that despite the chaos, she controlled her narrative, her income, and her independence. The public might see the glitz, the drama, the viral clips, but behind the scenes, Kandi was calculating every move, every word, every post. Rumors about new relationships were rampant, but Kandi pushed back against every assumption. Her approach was clear: boundaries, privacy, and integrity. No shortcuts. No overexposure. She made it known that her dating life would only be revealed on her terms, and never for clicks, likes, or cheap entertainment. Don't assume anything, she says. I am navigating this carefully. My life is mine. My kids are my priority. That's non-negotiable. The public scrutiny intensified when viral images claimed to show her with new partners. Kandi addressed each one with sharp precision, labeling manipulated images, AI fabrications, and false claims. Every response sent shockwaves. The audacity of the digital deception, turning a private figure into a public spectacle, was staggering. But Kandi's poise, her clarity, and her refusal to be cornered only amplified the impact.
But, yes, of course, there's times I like to be spicy in the bedroom. Oh, yeah. But, like I said, I have to build up a trust. Like, yeah, like, you're not going to get on the first date. It's not happening. Not happening. Not happening at all. I hate to disappoint y'all. Like what you just saw? Well, ding-a-ling, ding-a-ling, ding-a-ling. Hit the bell to subscribe right now.
In another revealing segment, Kandi admits, it's exhausting, but it's necessary. People are quick to judge, quick to label, quick to assume. I can't control their assumptions, but I can control what I put out. I am reclaiming my story. I am showing people who I really am, not what they want me to be. Every rumor they spread, every meme they make, they don't define me. I define me. She continues, revealing the emotional toll of being misrepresented. There were days when I just couldn't even look at my phone. Every notification was a potential storm. But then I realized, the more I stepped back, the more they try to rewrite my life. I had to speak. I had to break the silence. And yes, it's messy, but truth is messy sometimes. The truth doesn't fit neatly into a clickbait headline. The truth isn't simple. And I won't apologize for owning it. The impact was immediate. Fans flooded social media with messages of support, shocked by her transparency. Critics continued to push false narratives, but each was met with factual rebuttals from Kandi herself. Every clarification became a viral moment. Every statement a lesson in truth versus fabrication. The public began to see the full picture. A woman wronged by speculation, manipulated media, and digital distortion, standing firm, refusing to be silenced. Beyond social media, Kandi's revelations shed light on the darker mechanisms of fame. AI-generated videos, deepfake images, and manipulated content weren't just jokes. They were tools of power, used to control perception. And Kandi was confronting them head-on, refusing to let her life be rewritten without her consent. Her methodical dismantling of rumors, paired with her raw honesty, made her a formidable force. She wasn't just surviving the storm, she was redefining it. Industry insiders note that Kandi's approach is both unprecedented and necessary in today's media landscape. The lines between truth, speculation, and fabrication are blurred, but her transparency creates a benchmark. By publicly addressing the lies, naming the manipulations, and asserting her personal boundaries, Kandi sets an example of resilience, control, and emotional intelligence in the face of relentless scrutiny. Her post-divorce life now represents a combination of empowerment, caution, and strategy. Dating is approached carefully, business decisions are deliberate, and every public statement is a calculated step to protect her family and preserve her integrity. But even in this strategic approach, Kandi's humanity shines through. She's candid, she's emotional, and she doesn't shy away from admitting that this process has been painful, exhausting, and complex. The broader implications of her story extend beyond personal drama. It's a wake-up call about media manipulation, AI technology, and the toxic nature of viral speculation. Kandi's narrative isn't just entertainment, it's a case study in digital survival, resilience, and self-assertion. The public may see the headlines, but the reality is far deeper, far darker, and far more compelling. By the end of the month, Kandi's revelations had solidified her place not just as a celebrity, but as a public figure taking control of a narrative that had been twisted against her. The story continues to unfold, but the message is unmistakable. She will not be defined by lies, she will not be silenced, and she will continue to expose the truth behind the viral chaos. Every post, every statement, every interview is part of a broader mission to reclaim her story, protect her children, and dismantle the distorted media landscape that sought to exploit her. And as fans, critics, and the public continue to dissect her words, one fact remains clear: Kandi Burruss has taken control, and the storm is far from over. Y'all, hold onto your seats, because what Kandi Burruss just revealed is more shocking than anyone could have imagined. For months, the world speculated, memes exploded, deepfakes spread, and rumors ran wild. July came and went quietly for her as she finalized her split from Todd Tucker, but for 4 months, she carried this secret alone, navigating a storm of assumptions and public scrutiny. Today, she finally breaks that silence, and the truth? It's darker, messier, and more intense than the internet could ever handle. Sources say the divorce was not just a legal separation, it was an emotional battlefield. Kandi faced manipulation, media attacks, and AI-generated attacks designed to humiliate and misrepresent her every move. Her public persona was under siege, and even those closest to her were unsure what was real and what had been fabricated. The social media landscape became a minefield. Every outfit, every smile, every post twisted into a story she never told. Some rumors claimed new relationships, secret flings, even ulterior motives behind her business ventures, but Kandi reveals all of that was false, nothing but smoke and mirrors. In her own words, Kandi explains, "I had to stay quiet for a long time because the media was ready to twist everything. Even my business moves were made into headlines to embarrass me. I couldn't protect myself or my children if I responded too soon." She reflects on the harrowing choice between privacy and public transparency, and how the pressure of being constantly misinterpreted nearly broke her. The divorce exposed deep fractures in trust. Todd Tucker, once a partner in life, became a symbol of betrayal in her narrative. Kandi describes navigating legal negotiations while simultaneously protecting her family from rumors and doctored content that painted her as reckless or reckless in love. "I had to control the narrative for my kids, for my peace of mind," she shares, voice steady yet haunted. In her own words, Kandi explains, "I had to stay quiet for a long time because the media was ready to twist everything. Even my business moves were made into headlines to embarrass me. I couldn't protect myself or my children if I responded too soon." She reflects on the harrowing choice between privacy and public transparency, and how the pressure of being constantly misinterpreted nearly broke her. The divorce exposed deep fractures in trust. Todd Tucker, once a partner in life, became a symbol of betrayal in her narrative. Kandi describes navigating legal negotiations while simultaneously protecting her family from rumors and doctored content that painted her as reckless or reckless in love. "I had to control the narrative for my kids, for my peace of mind," she shares, voice steady yet haunted.